Dear Mom and Dad, I've been making plans to leave this house, and yes, I'm sure. So lock the door and turn the front porch lights out. And after all the endless fights, the who's been wrong, yeah, who's been right, we just never saw it right. So there's no need to apologize. Don't wait up, I'll be fine. If you could see inside my head, maybe you would understand that I'm better and I'm better off gone. I'm better off gone. Dear Mom and Dad, I've been making plans to leave your house, and yes, I'm sure that nothing's wrong, so just be strong on my way out. And after all the endless nights, the who's been wrong, yeah, who's been right, we just never saw it right. So there's no need to apologize. Don't wait up, I'll be fine. If you could see inside my head, maybe you'll understand that I'm better off gone. I'm better off gone, 'cause we don't see eye to eye. I'm better off gone, 'cause we don't see eye to eye. Saxy solo. So there's no need to apologize. Don't wait up, I'll be fine. If you could see inside my head, maybe you would understand that I'm better and I'm better off gone. I'm better off gone, 'cause we don't see eye to eye. I'm better off gone, 'cause we don't see eye to eye. I'm better off gone. I'm better off gone, 'cause we don't see eye to eye. Noise. Man, I was stretching really thin for something to sing tonight. Well, hello there. ¿Cómo estamos, minasan? I hope you guys are doing well this morning, afternoon, evening. It is I, your data guardian angel, Tenebris Tenchi. Quick water. Quick hydrate. Alright. But yeah, I was stretching thin because I decided on a band that I wanted to sing a song from, but none of the songs I wanted, I could find an instrumental track, which made it so frustrating. Just like, I could not. Alright, need to open up Star Rail because I didn't want that to be distracting me in the background. Alrighty. Yeah, this morning I actually had a heck of a time because Microsoft had their major meltdown this morning. Not much I could do about that, unfortunately. So here I am. On the plus side, things seem to be running pretty smoothly. At least on Twitch side. I haven't checked YouTube. How many pings have I gotten? Alright. We're doing good. that setting change? It didn't, but it's ignoring it. Doesn't matter at this point. Alrighty, just setting some more things here, and wonderful. So that ought to take a hot minute or 5. Alrighty. Well, I'm not too worried about that right this second. We'll do that. Okie dokie. Wonderful. I gotta do something because I was just listening to my don't listen to myself that often. But it sounds like there's a little hiss in the background. I don't know. I'll have to see. I'll have to play that out later. It's not a big deal. I will just be me for reasons I cannot explain. Alright, so I'm gonna sit down for a sec. Because I've been standing for a hot minute. Ooh. Speaking of which, I should probably ice my leg again. Let me see how. Oh, the ice pack. Oh, it's perfect. Put this on my leg. Ooh. Oof. Okay. Good. It's cold. Alrighty. So there. I'm gonna have to redo my commands. I'm far too big now. I need to be more consistent with where I place my phone, the height, I think, because it's zooming it in a little bit in technicality. Alrighty, so here we are. Where we left off with Bronya. And March. Alright, let's see what March has to say.
Oh, hey! I just remembered. Topaz gave me her number.
That's right, she did, didn't she? Okay.
We might as well just be direct and ask her where she is. She seems like the type of
In technicality,
person who
didn't she
appreciates
just
a straight
leave?
approach.
Are you there, Miss Topaz? Greetings. Director Topaz is currently busy and unable to reply to her message. Please wait. An auto reply? She really doesn't reply to messages in work hours. Yeah, please tell me. Hello. Sorry, checking the schedule. It's very specific. I thought it would have been just world by world. Okay, so she's at the History and Culture Museum at Bellabog. Okay. Did you have to reply to that message, March? We're sitting right next to each other.
She's at the museum. Let's get going. We better think about what we're gonna say. She might be young, but she is an IPC executive. She's definitely no pushover.
That would be the smallest bit of yeah. Did I click something on my way back in? Or are we getting kicked out of the area? Oh, we're being auto-teleported. Interesting to note. Interesting to note. Alright, so moving on. But no one's here. Topaz. Topaz? There she is. Yes.
Oh, it's you two again. This is the third time today we've run into each other.
And this is the first time we wanted to run into to each other. Cherish the moment.
Of course I will. Meeting friends from the Astral Express is always a moment worth cherishing.
I'm not sure if you're going to want to say that later.
What do you make of this painting? I'm no expert, but just from the artist's strokes, I can tell it's no ordinary piece.
How much do you think it'd be worth if we sold it to you? Would it be able to wipe out the debt? I doubt it.
It portrays a certain kind of sorrow, you know? Not your everyday kind of sadness. It runs much deeper than that.
I wonder why.
It's as if the artist had condensed history into one poignant but sorrowful image. The artist's brushwork depicts several generations' hardships.
Are you sure you're supposed to be an IPC executive and not an art critic at this point? Well, I guess if you're supposed to be dealing with money a lot, there is that. Then there's also, I don't know. It's hard to put a thing on, you know? Seems like you know your art.
Not at all. The analysis of an aficionado. I wouldn't take my word for it.
I mean, art is subjective. So, in technicality, what you read into it is correct.
The Express has visited many worlds. I'm sure the Nameless have a far greater knowledge of such things than myself.
I have literally gone to 2 planets and a ship, so I don't know if I have better knowledge than you do. Now, could I dig a little deeper into the data banks and get more knowledge than you? Yeah, possibly, but as far as lived experience, I'm pretty sure you beat me there.
I suppose what I'm trying to say is what I'm drawn to isn't the style in which a piece is painted, but its overall value. Its intrinsic value may only be 50,000 credits, but its added value might push the total up to 200,000.
Sorry for crashing your artist party, but we came to talk to you about something else.
Shh. Let her cook. Because if 500,000 pays off a big chunk of the debt, let her cook.
Oh? A collaboration between our two sides, perhaps?
Not exactly. Actually,
Let's walk and talk. This way. Most exhibits in this museum are of little value.
Oh.
But
Dang
with
it.
a keen eye, it's possible to find a diamond in the rough, so to speak.
Miss
I was getting
Topaz,
excited.
Branya's already told us about Belobog's debt situation.
Let her cook, March! Good God, hi Chaos. Let her cook. You butter her up by getting her comfortable, and then all of a sudden, you know, she's more amenable to different things. You keep trying to bring up the topic that we don't want to talk about. We don't really want her to chase after.
Oh. You two are closer than I expected with her.
Well, we did save the planet. You would think that we, you know, kinda would be on first name terms with the ruler of the planet, considering this is the last settlement of the planet.
So, how can I help? Not sure in the arrangement, or...
I would like to know more about the arrangement, because Branya was not very detailed, other than the fact that we owe a 400-year-old credit or debt that was supposed to be collected on... No, a 600-year-old debt that was supposed to be collected on over 400 years ago.
Help me out
Hey,
here.
Wivy.
You know
How
I'm
you
not
doing?
good at this kind of thing.
The chat's working again, as you can see, which I'm very happy about. Everything seems to be working, so no scuff today. At least no more than usual. Alright, so let's see. Also, before I make my selection, help me out here. You know I'm not good at this kind of thing. Why are you even starting? Let me talk. Good lord. I just read the third one. I stopped at the second one because I was kind of like, that's a little bit too far, saying that the IPC's demands are unreasonable. They're not really unreasonable. They're not fair, but they're not unreasonable. But the third one, the Express will pay off the Bellabog's outstanding debts. With what money does the Express have? I mean, I assume we do have money because we buy stuff whenever we go out and about across the stars, but you know. What money do we have to pay off debts that apparently Bronya couldn't count the zeros? So let me just go with the first one.
I see. I understand.
You see nothing.
From your point of view, I can see how unreasonable it appears.
That's not what I said. I didn't say it was unreasonable. I just said that we wanted to make a deal. But you want to know what is fair? Yeah. It seems unreasonable, but honestly, it's just unfair, not
you
unreasonable.
must understand that debt collection is a big part of my job.
As an executive,
I've dealt
though?
with cases far more difficult than Bellabog's.
Go on. I'm actually quite curious as to why this would be an easier case than most. You would think most of the extenuating circumstances, what with the 1,000-year freeze, or 600-year freeze, whatever the amount of time it was, the Left 4 Dead, which ones are harder than this?
I appreciate each case has its difficulties, but if I treated every late debtor as a special case, the galaxy's economy would come to a grinding halt.
That's why we're not asking you to do it for every debtor. We're asking you to do it for this one. It's different. That's usually the excuse. But obviously that doesn't fly all the time. What a heartless way of seeing things. Okay, and if the debt can't be repaid, because I'm actually very curious. If the planet is the entity that owns the debt, what happens if the debt can't be repaid?
The Strategic Investment Department is well versed in handling such situations.
That doesn't answer my question.
We can offer the debtor various repayment solutions.
Are you the Strategic Investment Department executive? Because so far you haven't answered my question. Other than, you know, various repayment solutions, but okay.
But Hurilo 6 has far exceeded the allotted repayment period.
That's not their
I'm
fault!
afraid milder solutions aren't the order of the day. So, I proposed to Bronya.
Okay, what did you propose to Bronya? Tell me.
Oops, almost gave away trade secrets there, didn't I? That was a close one.
I can't blame March for that one. I wanted to let her cook. March did not interrupt. She just walked out of the kitchen for some reason.
The exhibits here are pretty ordinary. I estimate they're probably not worth much. Let's keep moving.
Now she's gonna start undervaluing a lot of the stuff in here because of the fact.
So you're basically saying the Bellabogians must pay off their ancestors' debts.
When you think about it, it's just another part of the cycle of life.
It really isn't, but that's okay.
I'm not sure it's as poetic as that.
Wow, look! Is that little critter native to Hurilo 6? It's so white and fluffy.
White?
Where can I find a live one?
Does that look white to y'all? Because it don't look white to me. Like, okay, it's a lighter color, but not white. Looks like a light brown. I'll say, you like animals? Tan? Yeah, I would take tan. But she said white. That ain't white.
I absolutely adore them. Have you guys met Numby yet? Oh, where'd they go? They must be off playing somewhere. Come to think of it, this little guy is on display here probably means it's already extinct, right?
Not necessarily. That also could mean that the not that the species is extinct, but at the very least, any movement of the species would actually impact their population, and so you have a representation of the species in captivity in place.
So, Miss Topaz, what exactly will it take for the IPC to go easier on Belobog?
Nothing.
Branya invested so much just to make this world a little better. And now, it feels like all of her efforts will be undone in the blink of an eye. It's just so cruel.
Yep. It will not go easier on the Belobogians, for sure. What I loved is that she balked at telling us what she discussed with Branya because it's trade secrets, which, okay, fine, it is trade secrets. But we've basically been tasked by the person you've already shared said trade secrets with to have a further conversation with you. So I'm confused as to why you didn't tell us what you offered at the very least.
What do you take the IPC for, Miss March? We're just the same as Belobog's architects. We're all followers of the preservation.
I'm curious. I know... No, Topaz is the hunt. Is that just... I'm going to confirm that before I go crazy. But, I'm fairly certain, A, Topaz is the hunt, first and foremost. And, B... Yep, she's the hunt. And then the other one that I know is IPC... outside of adventuring that I know is preservation. Jade, who's erudition. So I assume that that's that way for gameplay reasons, not for lore reasons.
No matter what solutions we propose, we will always take the welfare of the people of Belobog into consideration.
Will you,
Otherwise, we'd be no different from the Legion, would we?
Honestly, that's like comparing apples to oranges. The Legion that is destruction, and you guys that are technically preservation. You guys are literal opposites.
So
That's not exactly a great
there's
comparison.
nothing to worry about? But Branya...
Might have oversold it, but on the flip side, Topaz might be underselling it.
Don't worry yourself too much. The Supreme Guardian is a wise person. She'll understand.
She's also very young and just took the throne.
But, to answer your question directly, it'd take a miracle. I'll complete the Arillo 6 project no matter what obstacles I encounter.
The fact that she calls it a project and not an account. I feel like we're missing some valuable information for this. But in the meanwhile, give me a sec. I'm gonna hit the restroom real quick. I will be back. Sorry about that. Alright. Where were we? I need my headphones. Hi. So, to continue my thought process where I left off. Project, not account. And I feel like there's something that's being left out. Like, I think that possibly part of it is money, but some of it probably also is you know, there's something else. Like, there was a project that needed to be finished, and they were going to collect that project in particular.
This isn't going as planned. What should we do?
I wouldn't waste too much energy on this matter. Why not make the most of the festive atmosphere? Oh, looks like one of my colleagues is after me. My apologies, but I should probably take this. Bye!
Bye! I don't know what March was thinking.
So, what now? We spent ages trying to convince her.
Ages? We've been like at it for 5 minutes. We didn't promise Bronya that we'd succeed. It sort of made sense. We should keep pestering her. She did make sense, but she also held back a lot. Sometimes sense is made because of you're leaving out the specifics of a oopsie daisy. You know what I mean? Let me go with the first one.
Well, yeah, but she'll be really disappointed.
I mean, what can we do? It's the
I guess
IPC.
Miss Topaz is just doing her job.
Yeah.
And as far as the Express is concerned, I think it'd be unwise to make the IPC our enemy.
Considering this was happening before Penacony, yeah, that actually would be a terrible idea.
All these vested interests. It's so hard to undo any of it. They don't teach this stuff in school. Wait, did I even go to school?
I can guarantee you that I did not.
Did someone send you a message?
Zila. Urgent? What's urgent? I wonder who that could be. Listen to her, don't mess with them. Listen to your wife, Sela. Sorry. Seriously, though? You guys are already fighting with the freaking IPC?
The IPC are causing trouble in the underworld? Already? Seriously? Topaz was just talking about taking the welfare of the people of Belobog into consideration. And now they're pulling this stunt? You really can't trust these money-hungry IPC suits for a minute.
March, I will also point out that when we met the first IPC soldier we saw, they said, would you like me to take them out to Topaz? And Topaz was like, what the frick are you talking about? I have a feeling that the body's moving without the head say so. Here we go again.
You really did jinx us. I don't think I have it in me to play the hero today.
That's why you shouldn't have changed your
I
clothes.
guess complaining won't get us anywhere.
Oh, I guess we're just going to be teleporting back and back and back and back.
It's still early. Where to now?
There's Sela, there's the IPC.
Zila!
Hey! Am I glad to see you two here? I'm not sure how much longer we can hold out.
Is anyone hurt? That's more important.
Nobody's been seriously hurt, but a few Wildfire members got minor injuries. Fortunately for us, it seems like they were holding back.
Her voice sounds different, but it might be just this one. I'm more certain that it's because I haven't heard her in a very long time.
Their weapons and automatons are much stronger than anything we have. You see those two in black? They've been guarding the mine entrance. They're not letting anyone in or out. Hey, just because you have fancy equipment doesn't mean you can bully us. Who do you think you are?
See, I would have said we could fight them because the body's, again, like I said, the body's not listening to the head. However, because Bronya said let them do as they please for the time being, that automatically tells me they might be after something in particular. Project, again,
What's the
not
matter?
account.
Got nothing to say?
Not to you.
What's going on inside the mine? Any ideas?
A few miners made it out earlier. They looked pretty panicked. They said the whole mine had been seized by the people in black. These uninvited guests keep talking about asset evaluation, whatever that means. All I know is that they're seriously disrupting the lives of the Underworlders.
And this is why communication's key, because Bronya just said let them do as they please for now, and not explained, hey, look, they're the IPC, we kind of owe them a ton of money. Where is Topaz anyway?
Who?
Yeah, I don't know why that would have been a good idea to ask Sela.
We were just talking to her in the museum. Do you think her cronies are acting without her authorization?
I believe so, but I might be wrong.
The person you're talking about. Are they in charge of the people in black? Potaz, Pazto, whatever her name is, she can wait. Right
Not
now,
really, 'cause
the
she can
most
stop this
important
in
thing is
technicality.
to free those trapped in the Great Mine. Are you two with me?
I will say this is the one thing that the IPC didn't take into account if they want to do this as bloodlessly as possible. These people have basically scratched for every ounce, fighting for their lives. And the moment you try to take anything of that away from them without any proper justification that they can recall, there's going to be a fight. Just straight up. No, nothing. Anyway.
Hey, you two! Cat got your tongue
Can-
or something? If you knew
Sela,
what was best for
Sela,
you
Sela,
get out of my
honey,
way.
sweetie, please back up.
You guys must be exhausted standing here all day. How about you take a little lunch break? I'm sure the IPC allows that, right?
Oh, I have an idea. We can do the gambit that was at the start of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Hey, look, we know that you have to be there the whole time. How about I stand here and take your place for the time being, because otherwise you're not going to get your work done. Oh, sorry. It's the other way around. That doesn't work. Oops. Seriously, get some lunch, bro. I assume that in technicality, if I do the first one, I'll name drop Topaz. Nope, they don't care.
What's their deal?
Their deal is they don't care. They know what their job is and they're gonna do it.
You two were talking to the director in the snow plains.
Oh my god, yes!
So it's you! You're the one who was threatening to take us out in the
Right, there was
snow
only one
plains.
guard out there.
Do you even know who you're talking to? If your boss knows to treat us with respect, you'd better start showing some yourself.
I just realized that March changed her outfit when she came down here. I guess she was just like, yeah, I know how dirty this place is, that I need to go change real quick.
I can't let you pass. My team leader said that if anyone gets through, I'll lose 6 months of performance bonuses.
Huh? How does that work? Okay, you would lose this month's performance bonus because of the fact that you know, obviously acted outside the bounds of it. That's fair. But 6 months moving forward, even if your performance is satisfactory throughout the rest of the time? That feels a little sketch.
Team leader? You're even lower on the pecking order than I thought.
March. Don't. Just don't.
Shut up! I spent 7 years on a forsaken asteroid preparing to join the IPC. I went through 17 interviews before they finally hired me. What right do you deadbeats have to criticize me?
Deadbeats. Okay. Fine. That we are not as important as the IPC, I can accept that. But deadbeat? Screw you.
IPC? Interviews? I don't know what you're rambling on about, but you're really testing my patience.
Sela, shut up.
No need to waste our breath on this idiot. Let's do this.
Enjoying yourself? Some value, I suppose. Eternal.
Let's make sure she doesn't die.
So this
You
is the
admit this
warmth
crime?
of life.
Stay away.
Lance at the ready.
Grace and elegance.
Why are they doing so much damage? Ouch.
Every petal and all will be swept away by the wind.
Those are fighting words. Exactly.
It's time.
I'm on guard. Hit! Lance ablaze. Lance! Forward!
Grace and elegance.
Alrighty. Wonderful. We win.
That's it? He sure took off quickly.
And ass kicking.
17 rounds of interviews, and these are the best people they can find? What a joke.
Let's not get ahead
Because
of
interviews
ourselves.
is not battle
I've been warned that
preparedness.
the
I'm
ones
just
in the
saying that
mine won't
much.
go down without a fight. Let's set off when you're ready.
So I have a feeling I need someone else. Najwi. Let me. Why does the team line up so far away from the characters in the PC version? Jesus. I guess I will do Serval until we have a reason to change that up otherwise. Sweet.
That's it? I've peaked already.
Yes, you've peaked. Now get over it. It's smooth sailing from here. What?
Ready for action? It's time to kick the IPC out of the underworld. Let's get moving.
I'm only doing this because I have no choice. If I could actually have more choices of possibly talking them out of this. Svarog. Hi, Clara.
Hello, it's Mr. Svarog, isn't it? And this cute little girl must be Clara.
So she did come down here, and wow, she found out a lot of stuff really quick since she's been here.
Hello, miss. Are you...
I'm Topaz. I've come to have a chat with Mr. Svarog.
Why do they look like sisters? It's probably just because white and red, but God. I think the only thing that's really different between them is the eye color, really.
Clara, go inside and wait for me.
Huh? But if you have a guest, maybe I should...
She is not a guest. Neither is she a friend.
Uh-oh.
Go, Clara. Everything will be fine.
That's hilarious. She's not a guest nor a friend,
So it
but
seems my
everything
source
will
was
be
right.
fine.
Who'd have thought that such a strong bond could exist between a giant robot and a little girl? So heartwarming.
Where did you... who's the source?
You bear the insignia of the Interastral Peace Corporation. What is your motive for coming here?
Straight to the point, huh? I like your style. Eurillo 6. Are robots familiar with that term? Anyway, it refers to the planet we're currently standing on. It's about to become the property of the IPC.
That's what I figured was going to be the root thing. The IPC was just going to take possession of the entire planet.
No one can reverse this outcome. Not you, not the Nameless, nor any power in the galaxy. I only care about one thing right now. Demonstrating to the shareholders of the IPC that Eurillo 6 can generate value. In the long run, this is a way, the only way, to ensure Belobog's long-term interests. I need your help to achieve this goal.
Long-term interests, undefined. Analyzing objectives. Analysis failed. Tell me, emissary, how do you plan to convince the IPC leadership?
That's simple. I'll show you.
What's that?
This is...
Source code. Or to be more precise, source code that is able to take control of all mechanized units in Belobog.
Okay.
I'm sure you're familiar with this. All mechanized units manufactured in Belobog over the last 700 years utilize the underlying systems created by the IPC. The code is so refined that the engineers never saw any reason to change it.
That's bullshit. Source code changes that... oh, it's so perfect that they just never saw reason to change it. Oh, please. You can't tell me that that would never happen. That they would find more efficient ways of running the same code. Now, that it's backwards compatible, I would buy. That it's the same code that was here for 700 years? Absolutely not.
I assume you're also aware that there was once a large automaton factory in the underworld. Thousands upon thousands of automatons, enough to crush the Legion's vanguard, lay dormant within.
700 years ago, who knows if they're still there?
This is my bargaining chip for negotiating with the higher-ups. I'll convince them that Eurillo 6 has a place in the company's long-term strategies. But first, I need a guide to show me where these automatons are buried.
And if we say no... Could you imagine making things so ahead of their time there's perfect, there's no need to change for hundreds of years? Yeah, no. Not happening. Never. You've taken into account everything that is prescient to this point in time, not forevermore. There's no such thing as future-proofing.
I understand. Your long-term interests can be defined as the survival of civilization at a macro level. What are your intentions for the people currently living here?
Their future has already been purchased. All I can do is make them accept this fact, using a relatively peaceful approach.
Relatively is doing a lot of the heavy lifting for that freaking sentence right now.
I understand. I will assist you with your plan.
Svarog was wrong once before, so we'll see how this goes. I know, their future has already been purchased. It's funny how savage it is despite trying to dance around the issue of slavery, right? Because I think the point is, they're not slaves. It's just that if they continue to live on this planet that is now owned by the IPC, their future is now kind of under the control of the IPC, regardless. I'm trying to think if this ever happened in history in generalities. I don't think so. Because usually with people that Westerners have kicked out for their land, it's rarely with this kind of debt. Just a shitty trade. Anyway.
Oh, so you're not as stubborn as the rumors suggest.
Oh no, he's totally stubborn. But he's also been wrong.
The future you speak of is beyond my computational range, but my emotional analysis indicates that you are indeed trying to find ways to ensure the survival of this world.
But what of the people, again?
Additionally, calculations indicate a 96.4% probability of compliance through force if I refuse to cooperate.
Your calculations are slightly on the conservative side.
Conservative side? Hold on. Does that mean that it would have been 100%? Or I'm trying to figure out which way that thing was supposed to bend.
Here's to our future cooperation. If you wouldn't mind leading the way, Mr. Svarog.
You know, I never commented on this before when I was streaming playing Bellabog way back in the day. Why does Svarog have a coat? He's a robot. Does he get cold? I mean, I know Billy gets cold, but that's a whole different, like, universe. Huh. Meanwhile, in the Great Mines with Sela and... Why Never mind. Should have been March, but whatever. Oh, it's Numby!
All the miners here, huddled together. Anyone else getting deja vu?
Yeah, it's a really good reuse of assets,
Well,
really.
the situation here is pretty similar to when you first arrived. It's just that instead of a few thugs and broken robots, now we're dealing with much more formidable adversaries.
Luckily, we've leveled up as well.
Hey, check it out! Isn't that Topaz's little trotter over there? Oh, what was it again? Numby, right?
What? Isn't that thing a fragmentum monster? She's keeping one as a pet?
The IPC are all about their sci-fi sorcery, so it's not that surprising. Wanna go take a look?
Sci-fi sorcery? What? What is that fourth wall breaking statement right there? What? Because this should be just technology and biology for this world. The frick? Numby! What's up, little guy? Oink.
Sounds like you two are getting along. What's Numby saying?
I have no idea. Life is ultimately meaningless. Not sure. Strong accent. Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, that's funny. I'm gonna go with the third one.
I should have known. Don't quit your day job.
You don't get to judge me, March. You wore a new dress to this place and now we're doing this stuff, so shut up.
Look, you guys. Looks like it wants to leave.
Wants to, it is.
Oh, looks like they want to find their master. Let's follow them.
That's an assumption, but okay.
Help! Those people dressed in black are attacking us!
Attacking.
Hey, I'm talking to you. Where do you guys store the Geomarrow?
I really don't know anything!
This place is filled with nothing but incompetence.
Those cowards!
Don't come any close!
Fiends or devil, I'll crush them all!
Eternal.
Keep up!
It's time.
Every petal, all will be swept away by the wind.
Let's do that. And... yeah, let's see.
Grace and elegance. this.
Get them!
Turn it up!
It's time.
Ready to lose yourself? You can fight it, or rock with it!
Take this guy out.
Lance ablaze. Lance!
Take this guy out.
Forward!
Cut out.
Reach the end of the story in your own way.
Can we claim that we were just chasing Numby?
Looks like Numby's in a good mood.
But aren't they on the IPC side? Strange.
If I wasn't max level and the fact that fighting does nothing, I would have fought.
Look, that big guy down there. Is he the one in charge?
We'll see who's really in charge. Let's go.
Huh? Where'd Numby go?
Places?
Wow. For something so short and stubby, you're surprisingly nimble. Well, guess that's that. We're on our own now. Let's keep going.
Alrighty.
Hey, you! Are you in charge around here?
Wyvern took Numby away? Sure.
Local. The IPC is currently conducting asset evaluation work here. Local residents are advised to follow those responsible for evacuation to the...
Don't lie to us! You seized the mine by force for yourself. You drove the locals out of their homes. I'm warning you. Get lost or suffer the consequences.
That's a stretch, though.
Don't you dare show your face around here again!
And who might you be? You have quite the attitude. This is our jurisdiction now. We are all powerful here.
Topaz just lets you do what you want?
You know Topaz? Interesting. It doesn't matter. The Strategic Investment Department has no obligation to talk to anyone not related to this project. In cases where debtors fail to repay within a set time frame, the IPC reserves the right to skip negotiations and take over all assets. We're simply following the rules. What exactly is your problem?
Our problem is that I think one would think, and unless there's something in the terms of the contract, that's what I'm the only thing I'm balking at here, right? Barring anything in the terms of the contract for the lending, barring that, you think that they would have forfeited their chance at taking asset forfeiture because of the fact that they waited freaking 400 plus years to try and pick up the assets that they were owed since, you know, the debtors failed to repay the loan.
You know, it's funny how the rules always seem to work in your favor, don't you think? This world's been hanging by a thread, and now you're here to pull the plug on it.
March. The rules always work in their favor because we never meet them unless they do. There's a reason why they don't show up when the rules aren't working in their favor in the first place, woman.
Don't blame me. I'm simply following
With the exception of Venturine, they don't look at the
those kinds of decisions.
but you can still action on this despite not being able to make certain decisions. I feel weird
Save your
about
breath,
that.
March. I never held out any hope of resolving this problem peacefully.
Uh-huh.
Didn't you claim the IPC was all-powerful? Well, now's the perfect chance to show us what you can do.
Fight! 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 Fight!
If I knew things were gonna get this heated, I'd have applied for overtime. Anyway, since you seem intent on settling this matter with violence, prepare yourself for my heavy laser cannon!
I just noticed he has a tie.
Enjoying yourself?
The big dude has a tie. That's cute.
Eternal.
I'm gonna do this.
Keep up!
Pick on someone your own strength!
There's more to life. Every petal and all will be swept away by the wind.
Ready to jam.
Fiends or devil! I'll crush them all!
Ready to lose yourself? You can fight it or rock with it. Turn it up.
And do done.
Lance at the ready.
Oh.
Not scratch.
Okay.
Lance ablaze. Lance! Forward!
Ready to jam. Keep up.
I'm on guard.
Ready to lose yourself? You can fight it
Alrighty.
or rock with it.
Need a refresh.
I'm gonna hold everyone.
Pretty good crowd today.
Let's rock.
Not scratch. Hit!
Some value, I suppose. Yeah. Every petal and all will be swept away by the wind.
Through. And
Turn it up.
Lance ablaze.
you won't get another chance.
Forward!
Grace and elegance.
I'm gonna hold everyone.
Fiends or devil! I'll crush them all!
Ready to lose yourself? You can fight it or rock with
Absolute
it.
destruction.
Keep up.
Existence is unity.
I'm on guard.
Except that he can keep summoning more and more. So, yeah. Just big boy doesn't mean much.
There's more to life. Yeah.
Lose damage.
Ready to jam.
Every petal and all will be swept away by the wind.
Lance ablaze. Lance! Forward!
Ready to lose your you can fight it or rock with it. This song's for you. Keep up.
Some value, I suppose.
Time for the main event.
That actually was nice. I noticed the ice damage that got applied from breaking there too. Out of Ron May.
The audience is turn it up.
There's more to life.
Need to
Eternal.
replace that.
I'm scared.
Stay put!
So you wanna?
Get them! Fiends or devils! I'll crush them all!
Ready to lose your you can fight it.
Push and push and push.
Rock with it.
Done.
Who are you people? Not even our tech could take you down.
We took down the Doomsday Beast, the Stellaron, and Fantilia. Did you really think you
Oh,
could
Doomsday
stop
Beast. Or
us?
else, what was the Doomsday Beast again? Oh, right, that was the one on the space station.
Darn it! I'm all out of ammo.
I'm assuming that's Topaz asking what the hell's going on.
Received word from the director.
There she is.
Director Topaz? What did she say?
Stop it.
Teams are not to disrupt the lives of local inhabitants during the asset evaluation period. Teams that violate this directive will have their year-end bonuses reduced by 60%.
Yay! That makes more sense.
60%? We're done for. Attention all personnel. Evacuate the mine immediately. Erase all traces of your presence.
Good luck with that. You'd have to kill me to do that, and that's not
Are
happening.
we all good here, or what?
Give or take, I would assume.
Yeah. Judging by the looks on their faces, I don't think they'll be back.
You could read his face?
So, who is this Topaz anyway? She seems to have no problem ordering these idiots around. Or taming fragmentum creatures, for that matter.
It's a long story.
Very long. You're better off by asking Branya. Being very clear here.
Why did this mess have to happen so close to the festivities? The timing couldn't have been any worse.
Oh, looks like we've got a message.
We're in the underworld right now. The IPC's people took over the Grey Mine. We just kicked them out. I see your Wasila. I see your Wasila. I love how, again, the shipping fuel is so strong with these two, because all we told her were like, we're in the underworld. The IPC took over the Great Mine and we just kicked them out. I see. Your Wasila. Okay. How are things going? Did you get hurt? I failed to persuade Topaz. Technically, it wasn't yours either, because this was hundreds of years ago, and these people aren't long-lived species, so there's that. All the way back to Clip-Off Fort? Okay.
Huh, I get the feeling Branya's worried about something.
No.
We'd better go back and see her. Are you coming with us, Zila?
Go on without me. I still have stuff to take care of. The miners need to know what happened here. Branya messaged you, which means she thinks you can help. I trust her judgment.
God, the ships.
Got it, Zila. We'll do what we can to help Branya out. Come on, to Clip-Off Fort.
Meanwhile, Rivet Town.
These guys don't look like thieves.
By order of the Supreme Guardian,
proceed no further, Miss Topaz.
Billabong might be in arrears, but I'm out of pocket. See you later, Captain.
Again, highest level of BS. Hi, Branya.
Welcome back. I appreciate your help more than I can express.
I don't think I really helped, but that's
Couldn't have
okay.
been easy running all over the city.
That's what friends are for, Branya. You don't sound like yourself. Is something wrong?
I'm fine. I haven't rested in a while. There's just too much happening all at once.
You couldn't have foreseen all this.
Perhaps, but the IPC won't wait for me to catch up.
Which is bullshit, but of all the things, it's bullshit.
Bellabog is crawling with their agents. All they talk about is asset evaluation. The silver lining is that apart from the mine incident you mentioned, there haven't been any major conflicts in other areas. I suppose Topaz must have issued an order against harassing the citizenry. Still, that hasn't stopped panic from building. People are confused. They don't know where these strangers in black came from, nor what their intentions are.
This is why this is a terrible way to get this done, even from a business perspective.
Did you manage to get in touch with Topaz again? We're curious to know what solution she has in mind.
That's the reason I asked for you to come here. I need your advice. Look.
It's...
I can't read it. I don't know what you're looking at me
The
for.
contract Topaz sent to me a little while ago. There's a handwritten letter attached. Please, take a look at the contents. And then tell me your thoughts.
Handwritten letter
Miss
attached.
Branya, if you'll permit me to call you that, I'd like to share a story with you from my own life. In your eyes, the IPC may seem heartless or cruel.
That's
but in
because
reality,
it is.
we all have a story to tell. As for myself, I was born on a small, unremarkable planet at the edge of the galaxy. A place whose name is known only to the native inhabitants. My home planet was extremely resource poor. To survive, people worked laboriously, manufacturing products for other civilizations in the galaxy, mostly in chemical or heavy industries. Given these circumstances, the natural environment of my home planet became increasingly harsh. I don't recall the exact moment when it happened, but people started wearing respirators just to walk down the street. All you could hear were the wheezing coughs of the people, day and night.
The only reason I stopped the auto is because it's something just occurred to me. A place that's known only to the native inhabitants, but they apparently did a lot of trade since they did a lot of the construction for things in chemical and heavy industries to sell to other planets, which means that there are planets that should know the name of this planet because they do interstellar trade. That makes no sense. Like, the only time it would make sense is if, much like with Japan, where that's not what they call themselves, the planet that they call their planet something different from what everybody else does. But that's not what she said.
My home was facing its demise. The relatively wealthy chose interstellar migration and started anew. The majority who stayed could only struggle on amidst sewage, acid rain, and dust, waiting for the end. Finally, one fateful day, the IPC arrived on my home planet. They had the technology to repair our planet's damaged environment. In return for their help, they asked for just one thing: that all inhabitants sign a contract which would make them employees of the IPC.
Is that all? Just sign away your entire life to work for the IPC forevermore, and we could, fix your entire planet. That's it. That's all. No relocation unless you really want to, because you're moving up in the world, but that's it? No. That her situation is not the standard or norm, yeah. I think she probably plays as nicely as possible for the IPC because, again, as I stated last night, I don't want to... The IPC itself is cold and heartless. The IPC as the monolith that it is. But I'm going to assume that there are people on the inside that try to bend the rules as much as possible. Think Mr. Incredible in the first movie who bent a lot of the rules of the insurance company, despite that big insurance company being heartless and cruel otherwise. But you're right that I think her perspective on it is very unique, and thus it's not quite what she thinks it is.
2 years after signing the contract, the dark clouds and haze disappeared, and people began to take off their masks. After 3 years, vegetation and trees began to grow and thrive again. After 5 years, many animals, previously on the brink of extinction, reappeared. When I was finally old enough, I officially became a member of the Strategic Investment Department.
Okay, so she is part of this
I witnessed the changes that took place on my home world, and was determined to bring the same changes to many other worlds in the galaxy that were experiencing the same plight. I am writing to you, Miss Branya, with the genuine desire to express something important. I know freedom is precious to people, but in reality, there are things of much greater value, such as survival. How many generations of Belabogians will it take to embrace the stars again without assistance? Who can guarantee that every future Guardian will be as prudent and enlightened as you? How can you guarantee that a disaster such as the Stellaron crisis will not descend upon Belobog yet again?
So based on the previous line, I agree with this statement, but that's assuming that the choice is binary, that you can't have it both ways. What Topaz is saying is that the standard what Topaz is saying is the standard and the normal for her and how she commences her operations. But on most, yeah, unfortunately, I don't know much about Blue Hill, so I can't say anything about that. However, other than his, robotification, his cyborgification. But yeah, I agree with this statement here. The freedom is precious, but there are things of greater value, such as survival. In that binary, I agree, but it's not necessarily 100% going to be a binary. It might be half a dozen to 1/6 to the other. Took off my icing. All right. What, were they building a new interstellar freeway? Sorry. I'm still stuck on freaking Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. That's even worse. And then actually going further with this current statement that she's got, how many generations will it take to... does it matter? What if they're comfortable living on their planet? Do they have to go visit the rest of the stars? The second one makes a little bit of sense, but she's very much aware that not every Guardian will be as prudent as she is. She just has the example of, well, my adoptive mom was absolutely, batshit insane, and I just don't want to be her. And since she lied to everybody saying that her mom wasn't freaking crazy, now she's kind of put that into the ether. That might be, we might have a lot of repetition in that case. How can you guarantee a disaster such as Stellar Crisis will not... She can't. No one can. Don't Stellarons just kind of randomly show up? That's the whole point of why there's such a big pain to deal with. These are all like false equivalents with the exception of the No, I say false equivalence. It's not the right word I'm thinking of, but still.
I have already negotiated the best possible deal for you. Once you sign this contract, all of Belobog's debts will be forgiven. In addition, the IPC will set up a special team to support the reconstruction of Urilo 6.
How much are the assets that she's trying to sell back to the IPC worth? That not only will this gigantic debt be gone, but they're going to actually invest even more money for it.
I can understand that for you, this is an extremely difficult decision because you and you alone will bear the fate of all Belobogians. But because of this, I believe that you will make the right decision. A decision that will truly benefit your people.
Her words do sound quite sincere. What do you make of it?
I was going to say, March, look at me when you're talking to me, please. I wasn't aware that it was under the control of the IPC because it was so vague, everything that we saw about his backstory. The IPC only really came into the picture after he basically killed his slave master, right? From what I remember. Not sure. Either way. She has a way with words. She's a smooth talker, doesn't mean she's telling the truth. I believe she's telling the truth, but it's from her own perspective that is flawed. So she has a way with words is the best answer I can give it.
Yes, she is a high-ranking member of the IPC, after all. She knows how to use words to her advantage.
Mm-hmm. So why are we needing to help you right now?
In any case, she wasn't wrong when she said this would be an extremely difficult decision.
No kidding.
This planet's fate, the civilization it carries, everything that's happened here and everything that will happen, it all rests in my hands. This definitely can't, and shouldn't, be a decision made by me alone.
Despite that's exactly what Topaz wants her to do. So we're kind of already busting this wide open. Perhaps you should get some insight from others first.
That thought has crossed my mind, and it comforts me to hear you say that.
As a man of open mind, you always want to ask other people for their opinions on certain things. You might still disagree with them, and that's fine, but the whole point is to see if someone either A, can convince you of a different path, or even just consider a path that you haven't considered in the first place, and then now you have another avenue for it.
Right. I don't think it's fair for you to carry the weight alone. Why not discuss it with others first?
Topaz hasn't given me much time to consider. She wants me to decide as soon as possible.
If she used those words very specifically, and remember, we're dealing with the IPC that have a way with words, as possible can be stretched out to forever. Unless she gave you a specific, by the end of the day, by the end of the stellar calendar year, I don't know. Soon as possible can be any time, really. And if that was her words quoted very specifically, use as much of the power of the vaguity of those words as she does.
I wanted to put it to a vote, and let all the citizens of both the overworld and the underworld have their say. But with such little time, I'm afraid that's a lost cause.
That's a little bit of a stretch.
I'll convene the Klapothfort architects immediately to discuss the contract. As for the locals, I'd like you to gauge their stance on the matter. The people of Belobog hold both of you in high regard. They'll most certainly be willing to tell you their thoughts.
Do I have voting rights?
I think we should leave this matter to the Belobogians. Don't you agree?
I never said I was gonna vote on the subject. I just wanted to know if I had rights to vote on the next, thing that's not this one thing.
We've got your back. We failed to convince Topaz, but this should
Can
be
I
a
have dual
piece of cake.
citizenship with Bellabug?
Thank you, March. I'll assemble the ministers. Let's meet up here again later.
All right. If we want to make an informed decision, we need to hear from both the overworld and the underworld, right? Let's start.
Let's go through the door and stop putting so much gaps between your sentences, March. Gosh, dang it. Okay, for a second I thought that was Japard. I was just like, what are you doing up here?
You know what I need.
I'm gonna ask Serval. I care about Serval's thoughts on this.
Well, look who we have here. You and March paying us a visit. What's the occasion?
I saw you playing before, woman. Did you not see me in the crowd?
Uh-oh. Sounds like something serious is happening. You'd better fill me in. What? How is that possible? I need a moment to wrap my head around this.
Yeah, it's a big one.
Serval, we're racing against the clock. No time for head wrapping.
It's okay. I've thought it through.
That was quick.
If it were up to me, I'd sign the contract.
Ooh. Okay.
What? Hold on, are you serious? I thought you'd be against it for sure.
Surprised? My reasons are pretty simple.
Explain, yes.
Signing this contract would mean we no longer have to worry about surviving. For most of the residents here, especially those in the underworld, that would be more than enough to persuade them. As for working for the company, people need to work no matter where they are, right? If the IPC tries to take too many liberties, we can always rise up against them. I've always longed for the stars since I was a child, which is why I devoted myself to science and the studying of the Stellaron. If someone told me that I could do whatever research I wanted with only a small price to pay, I
Small
probably
initial
wouldn't
price,
hesitate.
let's just say that.
I see. I suppose that makes sense. Thanks for your input. I'll make a note of your opinion.
I have a question. Well, the wording that we know is too vague. I'm sure the contract is more detailed. To be absolutely fair. On the other side of that, another thing I was considering, right, is that, again, because we don't know the true wording of the contract. Hey, Panda. Because we don't know the true wording of the contract, is how much are they signing away? Is it all the current residents will, be IPC employees, or is it all current and future residents so long as the IPC owns Yarilo 6? We're starting the petition, essentially. Or a petition. We're trying to figure out what the heck everybody's thinking about it.
We meet again. How have you two been? Uh-oh. That look on your face tells me something's wrong. I hope it's nothing too serious. Sounds serious. I'm all ears.
Who is Pela's voice actress? All of a sudden it's hitting me weird.
Really? You better not be making things up.
I wish it were made up. Unfortunately, it's all true. We don't have much time, Pela. Branya wants to get everyone's opinion.
I lost once and then I had to do it twice.
You're telling me I have to make this huge decision on the spot? At least give me a few seconds to think it over.
Nope. Now.
Okay. I think I've got it. If it were up to me, I'd probably agree to the IPC's conditions.
Again?
Huh. Okay. Any particular reason?
Yeah,
I've looked at
it was
some of the
more
climate
interesting than
reports, and based on the data
in
I've
technicality,
seen, it'll
Adventure's
take 3 or
fight.
4 more generations for the snow to completely subside.
Actually, let me rephrase that. Adventurine's fight was actually super interesting, but it dragged on for a little too long. That was my issue. We don't know. She pleaded the 5th. You've made the accusation. Now we have to go to court and figure this out. Oh, that's why the voice is hitting me weird. Let me confirm by going further down. Where is it? Where is it? I'm waiting for it. She's actually very prolific. I'm surprised they got her for this voice acting role. One more. There she is. So Pela's voice actress, I assume. Hold on, I need to make sure that I didn't see actually Pela in here. There she is. Okay. So Pela's voice actress actually is the same voice actress for Okumura Haru from Persona 5. That makes sense. That's why it was hitting me weird. And I don't think I'd ever heard Pela really talk out loud, so that's why it's just now hitting. Yeah, I was about to say, her voice sounds familiar. Hold on. Why didn't I ask about this before? Oh, right. She wasn't really part of the main story when we came through here the first time. And anytime she did show up, it was probably in an unvoiced cutscene. So now I'm sitting here like, oh, wait. No, I know this name, this voice actor. Hold on.
And that's assuming no other disasters occur. I care more about those in the present than a future I can't be sure of. If the IPC is able to bring about immediate change, then I think that's a price well worth paying.
Now the question is, can we guarantee that the IPC is able to bring the change? We're certain it brought the change in 2 different directions to both Boot Hill, according to Chaos, and to Topaz herself, but you know.
Building a better world for future generations sounds great, right? But is it any fun for the engineers and architects who are directly involved in such a pursuit?
Sometimes. I mean, some people look at a challenge and they like it because it's a challenge. What are you implying, Pela?
I see. So compared to a distant and uncertain future, what you really care about is making sure the people around you have a good life. Thanks for your input. I'll make a note of your opinion.
So she's not a big future person. But granted, to be fair to her, she is not a big future person in the sense of a very uncertain future. It's one of those things of like, I don't know how I should take. Oh, we're talking to Dunn. Yeah. But it's because if the long term of the IPC is more guaranteed than whatever short term they could try and scrounge on their own, that's what she's thinking of. I could see that argument. It's not a weak argument by any means. It's just, again, because the IPC are the IPC and contract work is their job almost, if not actually, then, you know, you basically have to Well, yeah, it's a half for what the contract will do. It's a half full kind of argument. Yeah. Done. I really don't care what you have to say to me, but apparently the game does.
Is that the Trailblazers? It's been a while. I didn't think you'd be back in Belobog so soon.
Again? Why is this voice actor hitting me so weird? Hold on. Sorry, every single time it just makes me think, and I'm like, huh. Looking like his voice actor was never announced, maybe? Huh. I don't see anything regarding that right now. Oh well.
It's been pretty hectic in the city lately. All these people dressed in black suddenly showed up, and even the Silvermane guards have had trouble dealing with them.
I want to say this sounds like Sungwon Cho Pro ZD. But again, I'm not going to confirm anything just because again, it's just speculation. It's just speculation just because of, obviously if they never announced it, then it's probably still under NDA and stuff like that. I don't want any kind of confirmation otherwise.
Do you need my opinion? I'm happy to help. So that's who they are. It's worse than I imagined. The Madam Guardian must be under a lot of pressure. Is there really nothing we can do to assist her?
We're here to gather everyone's opinion on the matter. I know this is a little sudden, but we're running out of time. What's your take?
Why, I'd refuse the contract, of course.
Of course he did.
There is no room for compromise. Just look at them. Arrogant, stomping around here as if they own the place. How can such people be trusted? Who's to say they won't breach the contract?
Because they're going to word the contract in a way that benefits them in the first place. They won't ever have to breach the contract. His is the weakest argument out of all of them. Because at least the other ones, it's just like, okay, yeah, from a certain point of view, I could see this being a good thing. But his argument thus far is just like, they're just assholes, so no. It's just like, okay. So you want to keep suffering through the cold that, granted, has been warming, but, you know, the IPC could technically help. Like, I'm not going to throw away the help that they might provide. I just would go over this thing with a fine-tooth comb to make sure that, you know, at least it's equal-handed in the contract. But the thing is that the double cross won't come from a breach of contract. It'll come from, oh, that was in the contract. Shit.
Faced with this sort of coercion, we must resist them with all our might. Surrendering is not an option.
See, the reason why it's a weak... Yeah, but the reason why this is a weak argument is this. Surrendering is not an option. He's not giving another option besides just no for no's sake. Not, okay, let's renegotiate this till we get a good contract that both parties can kind of get behind.
You must warn the Madam Guardian not to allow herself to fall into their trap.
Yeah, this is too far on the other side, to be fair.
A soldier's perspective is always valuable, Dun. Thanks for your input. I'll make a...
Like I said, it's just the weakest argument. It's not a terrible argument, just a weak argument.
Did we miss anyone in the overworld?
We only talked to
We
3
asked
people,
just
but okay.
about everyone we needed to.
Oh, shots fired.
From what I've gathered, it seems like most people in the overworld are leaning towards signing the IPC's contract.
Yeah, because they haven't suffered the entire time like the underworld did. I'm actually very curious to see what the underworld has to say. And I hope that their take outside of Seala's is a little bit stronger than Dunn's anyway.
We'd better hurry to the underworld and see what Natasha and Zila make of it all.
I foresee that Seela will be very much against it just because of the current situation. You know?
It's still early. Where to now?
Natasha!
What brings you two to the underworld? And why the long face?
I've been stretching.
Seems a little out of the blue, but since you came all this way, it must be urgent. Go ahead.
I'm curious real quick. Not that it's hitting me different, but I'm just curious overall.
That is a lot of information to take in. Sorry, both of you. I know you're in a hurry, but I need a moment to think.
Nope. We need it now.
No stress, Nat. Just tell us what you really think.
You gave her time, but you were hurrying freaking Seela?
Well, if I were Branya, I wouldn't.
Not
sign
Seela,
it.
sorry, Serval?
I won't deny the offer on the table is a very tempting one.
Alright.
And if we refuse, Belobog will not only have the burden of a huge debt, we may also incite the wrath of a very powerful force. But even so, a quote I read back in school came to me just now. Those who are willing to give up freedom for security will end up with neither.
I do like that. By the way, apparently this is the voice actress for Natasha is actually the voice actress for Nijima Sae from Persona 5, as well as Midnight from My Hero. So that's interesting. They got actually a pretty good voice cast for this one. Also, apparently Kefla from Dragon Ball Super? Damn, okay. Alright, go off.
Living in the underworld has taught me that this phrase is true. I'd rather trek through the frigid snow plains than live in a beautiful cage.
That's funny that they brought up that particular line when Penacony was technically right after this in technicality for order.
Wow. That's a pretty convincing argument. Another vote for the against pile. Thanks for your insight, Nat.
And honestly, that's the stronger argument against. That was like versus Dunn is just like, I don't trust those people. Dang them, get off my lawn, get off my property. You know, that's what I hear out of his argument. But honestly, Nat's is a lot stronger. I like that argument for against. Finally, we have a proper against argument that I can get behind. Seela's here, I assume. I don't know why we're only talking with Seela, but oh no, we're not. This is Oleg.
None other than the saviors of Belobog. To what do I owe the pleasure? To be honest, I'm surprised you even remembered an old geezer like me.
I honestly didn't, but you know, the game is the game.
But I can tell by the look on your faces you're probably not dropping by to say hi.
Well, we are, but on top of that, yes, but also no.
Something to do with these unruly people in black showing up everywhere?
Yup.
Well, ask away. It just so happens I'm curious about them myself.
I got
Maybe I
something
can
in
be
my
of
eye.
some
It's so itchy.
I see. That's a tricky situation, all right. A lot for anyone to handle, let alone someone as young as Lady Bronya.
Mr. Oleg, out of all the people we know in Belobog, you have the most life experience. What do you think we should
That's
do?
the nicest way for her to say,
Wanna hear the
you're
truth?
old.
I'm afraid great ambitions and lofty plans no longer hold much appeal for an old-timer like me.
Well, yeah,
If
because you're not
this
going to live long enough to see
IPC
it.
does indeed possess the magical power to restore Belobog back to its former self overnight, then I think the answer is clear. Have you considered the opposite? What about if we refuse? The reconstruction plan already sounds like an endless endeavor. And with the added burden of a massive debt, well, is that something we can manage on our own? What worries me the most is how Lady Bronya will handle the backlash from her people. Will she be able to withstand the criticism? Is she prepared to carry the weight of a tarnished reputation for years to come?
Right. I don't know if she can handle, honestly. If I'm being absolutely honest, I'm not sure if she could. Might be just because I don't remember how strong of will she is versus a cacophony. Against her mother, that was one thing, even as crazy as her mother was. But against, like, everyone else? Not sure, honestly.
Huh. I guess I never looked at it from that angle. I wouldn't wish that title on anyone. Thank you for your thoughts, Mr. Oleg. Another vote for the 4 pile.
I will point out that specifically, what's the word I'm looking for? You wouldn't wish that title on anyone unless, because the title of Supreme Guardian, if you take it literally, like, they need to be there to protect everyone, then that actually is a good thing. Then there's no need for, you know, negatives at this point. And ooh, the kids are riding on the robot. That seems a little bit cruel. Actually, hold on. Yay, level 63!
Miss March, big brother, what brings you to the underworld?
Hey there, Clara. Is Svarog not around?
He's a busy...
Mr. Svarog went out for a walk with a lady called Topaz.
How do you know that?
What? Topaz? Do you know where they went?
I'm not sure, but Mr. Svarog promised he'd be back soon.
What now? Svarog's super logical. We should definitely get his opinion.
Clara's opinion is just as important, March.
John Hung's always saying that Clara's really insightful for her age.
Extremely insightful for her age.
Miss March, do you want to ask me something?
Yeah, she's got a little bit of will, but that's my major issue is specifically...
That's complicated. I don't know what to say.
That
all right, Clara.
it's the difference
No
between
pressure.
one will
Just
against
tell us
yours
how you feel about
and
it.
hundreds.
I think if we have a choice for the future, it should be everyone's decision. Because when I was playing with Hook, the moles, and the other kids, we talked about our dreams.
Oh no.
Everyone has different dreams. If we accept Miss Topaz's offer, then doesn't that mean our dreams will never come true? Just taking away people's dreams like that. I don't know. It feels wrong.
You're right. Children see the world as a place where anything is possible. Oh, just the thought of our lives being predestined from birth makes me shiver. Thanks, Clara. Your thoughts mean a lot to us.
Alright, now let's go find Svarog. Died. God damn it.
All that running around has worn me out. So, the final conclusion is...
No conclusion! Hooray!
Votes are completely even. I don't know what to do. Both sides have really
Democracy wins
compelling
again!
arguments.
No one person to
Right!
ask.
We haven't asked Zila.
What? No.
She's probably still in the Great Mine helping the miners. Come on, let's get going.
She's gonna be the tiebreaker in a way that we know is gonna be bad. Because she has a bad history already with these people. Now, don't get me wrong. Hello? Here she's deep in the Great Mine? Yeah. Alrighty. Zila.
Back so soon? Any news?
None.
Are you feeling all right? You look a little uneasy.
Because I know what your answer's gonna be, but here we go.
Important matter, huh? I can tell from your tone that this isn't gonna be a lighthearted chat.
Well, considering what we just dealt with
hear it.
y'all's, I don't know why you would think it would be anything but.
I think I get it. At first, I thought it was just a few IPC ruffians overstepping their boundaries.
But...
Yeah, you didn't think the future of Belobog was at stake, right?
Oh, okay.
Right. I need a little time to process this.
As it stands, the votes are even. Your opinion will make all the difference.
In that case, I abstain.
Oh!
What?
Okay. She's a lot more mature than I thought she was gonna be about this. I thought she was gonna be like all gung-ho. Interesting. Abstaining from the vote. Interesting. Huh. I thought she was still gonna be cross with them for the overstep in the Great Mines, but no. She's open-minded enough to see past that bit. That's nice.
I've thought about it. This responsibility rests on Bronya's shoulders, not mine.
Well, if we take yours as the last bit and Zabrani's as the last bit, what if we tie
She has far
again?
greater foresight than I do. She can see the bigger picture more clearly than I can.
That's honestly amazing. She not only can tell, obviously, Bronya's strength to some degree, or what she perceives to be Bronya's strength. Obviously, we haven't known Bronya long enough to know that she has a better idea at foresight than anybody else, right? But so far, it's been, you know, accurate. But obviously, we need more data points to really nail that down. But she sees her own weakness very clearly. She does not have the ability to see past the very short term, and thus is super weak to it, you know?
The vote is tied. If I were to give you my view, it would tip the scales and possibly impact her final choice.
What if we didn't tell you that it was tied? Would you have said anything at that point?
I'll respect whatever decision she makes, but it's not my place to make it for her.
Understood, Zila. This is a difficult decision to make, and everyone feels differently about it. It's times like these that a leader must stand up and do what's needed.
Right. It's Branya's decision. She knows what's at stake. She won't run away from her duty. I trust her wholeheartedly. If she asks you, just let her know my reasoning. She'll understand.
Well, it's all in Branya's hands now. She has to make the final call.
There's a
Right?
crucial role in this world.
I'm glad Belobog has someone like her in charge. The time has come. Let's go fill her in. I'm curious to see how she's handling those Klapoth ministers.
Probably decently well. Hold on.
Preservation.
Didn't mean to hit that button, but that's okay. I was distracted by this. You. Whenever I see shiny things in the background, like, I want it. Give it to me. Alright, passport.
It's still early. Where to now?
Unfortunately, the choices are very binary without me seeing the actual contract. Because of the fact that I do believe Topaz is telling the truth. I don't think she's hiding anything purposefully. At all. You know? However, I wouldn't put it past the IPC as a unit to try and, as we were discussing before, word the contract in a way that only benefits them and no one else. You know? And thus, it's one of those things where I'm running around while I'm formulating my thoughts. If I could actually see... Exactly. If I could actually see what the, for a second, that froze and I was like, oh. If I could actually read the proper contract, I would have a better sense of what's going on. And at the very least, like, you know me, I'm usually middle ground wherever there's middle ground to be had. And I believe that while I would not sign the contract as is, I forgot about these posters. Is that supposed to be tongue? There's an otherworldly, sensuous portrait here. Or rather, a wanted poster. The guy in the poster appears to be aloof, holding a blue flower as cool as ice. I've identified as a classic second male lead in a once popular period genre. Always indifferent. Oh, so the Lancer. Okay. Always indifferent, always at a distance. Always struggling to keep emotions in check. Usually kind that's called a guy. Darn it. I want to come up with a cooler nickname, but those kilobytes of brain power are preoccupied with the existing name, Cold Dragon Young. Okay, now I gotta go find if there's any other wanted posters for funsies. Oh, that's hilarious. Anyway, going back to the big decision. Assuming I was Branya, I would like to at least negotiate the terms of the repayment plan to some degree. Like, I understand that I'm already operating from a point of weakness because, quote unquote, we did not repay the debt that we owed, 600, 700 years ago. I have no idea. I don't know how much I picked up. So we're already operating from a position of weakness for negotiations, but I don't think we have all of the weakness, I think there's probably something we could discuss in general. But again, without seeing the actual contract, it's hard to say. I could see the higher ups messing with us as Belabogians, right?
You know what I mean.
But I don't know. It's just hard to tell. But again, to be fair, Bronya has the actual contract, and I assume that she has, while obviously not necessarily the actual actual lawyers that can parse it out very cleanly, but I would assume that they have enough lawyers to be able to kind of like figure out if there's any kind of hidden setup here, that there, or everywhere. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Careful now. Don't get your clothes wet.
There's a lot of things I haven't picked up in Belobog. Jeez. Yeah. Counterpoint from my point of view. Yay! Bulletin board in the right middle? Of like the entire map, you mean?
Have you heard of the Rightful Rights Society?
The what? Okay. Is there a place where I can check my, the stuff like that I've collected? Okay, so very well then. I was just double checking because my brain.
Have you heard of the Rightful Rights Society?
Anyway, yeah, no, this is a hard thing without actually looking at a contract. Actually, let's look at the trophy. What trophy would it be under? $50 credits. That's gonna make this difficult. Okay. Actually, this is battle. Hold on. No. All right, here we go. Considering all this stuff I haven't gotten, I'm going to assume that I haven't gotten it, but you know. Didn't see it. Did I get it? Damn, you have a better memory than me about that. Jeez. I didn't even remember there were a thing. You saw me laughing at that piece. I was just like, what the frick is that? I have a feeling that I didn't do it here because I know that I was rushing through this real quick to really catch up to where I was on the other account, on the one that was in Asia. I wish there was an easier way to search through here. Alright, well, whatever. We'll figure this out later. I got some other things to do, and it's already 10 o'clock, so... Right? Let's see what Bronya is deciding on. Because again, without a proper contract, control HSR. I just got surprised because it sounded like there was an alarm going.
Whoa, the fort's packed. I've never seen this many people here before.
I agree.
What? Jeez, I can barely even hear myself think.
We're doomed. Do not twist my words. Is slander the only thing what are we supposed to do?
How could you possibly...
Shut up! Bronya.
March, you're back.
Me too.
So, what's the verdict? What do the people think?
Yeah, that's kind of where they're at.
We talked to people in both the overworld and the underworld.
And?
The final result was a tie.
A dead tie?
I see. I suppose everyone has their own way of seeing things. I can't say I'm surprised. What was Zila's perspective on the matter?
Of course she wants to know Zila's. God, the shipping between these two is so strong, though. Zila's trying to be nice to Bronya. Bronya still wants to know her thoughts. He's behind you, whatever you decide.
I should have known. That sounds like Zila, all right.
They got to be.
Did you come to a conclusion with the ministers? Oh, it's so loud I can't tell what anyone's saying.
Actually, you know, it's honestly the truth. Bronya and Zila, and they knew each other for so little before we came. It's so funny how close they've become since.
It's pretty much the same situation here. Neither party is willing to compromise. The time has come to make a decision. This chaos cannot be allowed to continue any longer.
Alright, so what's your take? Is she still reading through the contract? Also, that is a super short contract, if that's the contract, by the way.
Wait.
Now you're coming down?
Something to say to the Supreme Guardian.
You weren't here before. She doesn't know who the heck.
But aren't you?
Oh wait, they did come down to deal with the Stellaron, so they might have actually seen.
Himeko? Wait, is that the real you or a hologram? hologram.
Wait, what? Has she ever done that? I don't think she's ever done that I remember. Or is my memory crap again and I'm just not remembering the last time that happened? And most likely it probably happened on Belobog, if anything.
It's the real me, March. Real as they come.
Miss Himiko, from the Astral Express? It's an honor. Thank you for all your help in our previous campaign. Things might have turned out differently without your support.
Wait, what? I'm confused now. What? What's going on? Also, Bronya, you have Sela. Stop fangirling over Himiko.
If we had known of your arrival beforehand, the architects would have given you a proper welcome. I'm afraid the current circumstances are quite exceptional.
I understand, Miss Bronya. No need to explain. Your city is facing immense difficulties. My intention is simply to ensure that you have all the relevant intel.
Yeah, couldn't you have come a bit soon? To be fair, she was probably reading through the IPC contract. If we're being honest, she probably read through the entirety of the IPC contract. You have a solution?
I hesitate to call it a solution, but I might have some information that might help.
Which is?
It is my hope that with this information, you will be better equipped as the Supreme Guardian to make a wise and informed decision.
Get to the point.
Information? Please, tell me what you know, Miss Himiko.
Can we even hear this conversation with how much those guys are yelling in the background? Gosh, dang it.
I happen to have a friend with knowledge of Topaz. What Topaz said about her home world is indeed true. Which is
didn't
why
think she was lying about that.
The IPC's takeover of Belobog is the only way of ensuring the city's survival. But there is one thing she intentionally left out. Not all worlds that have accepted the IPC's terms have been saved.
Wait, what? How much power does Himiko hold? Because I thought it was mostly just Mr. Yang that had a lot of the wisdom enough to be like, okay, this guy's dangerous. Himiko seemed to be just kind of there. You know, more knowledgeable than obviously March and myself, but... Wow, everybody shut up when she just... There's no way they were hearing that over all their yelling, by the way. Is she, though? God, is this... This is like freaking Victoria housekeeping all over again. I feel like freaking... Lycon is the leader, but actually the one that's been there longer is freaking Rena. That's so weird.
Performing ecological reconstruction on a planet carries inevitable risks.
Such as?
According to the intel provided by my friend, the success rate for the ecological reconstruction of worlds using the IPC's technology is 63%.
So over 50%, but that's still a very big... very, very big 37% that might actually fail. She's in charge. Pom Pom is the conductor, but since it can't leave the train with... And how old are these people at this point? Because hasn't the Trailblaze been going on for like a while now? Also, I love that the background yelling is still going on, even though, as far as what's going on in the scene, everybody's paying attention to the conversation at the front. So then the other question I would have... Hold on. Let me formulate my thoughts. Oh, right. The 3 trailblazers that were on Penacony and died. When were they traveling with Akivili in specific? And that's why, you know, Himiko didn't make... Oh, yeah, okay. Alright. My question still stands. How old are these people? Other than Dan Heng and March, I assume. But going back to the tension that is 37% failure rate.
Only 63% of planets succeed? That's not exactly comforting.
It's over 50%. That's actually kind of comforting. But obviously, then you turn and look at the 37% and you're like, ooh. What happens if we land in 37%?
This is the overall average across all IPC projects. The success rate of projects personally handled by Topaz is above 80%.
Oh, that's not bad.
She's
That's even better.
undoubtedly one of the most capable people in her field. I wanted to bring these numbers, these probabilities, to light. I think it's only fair that you know all the facts before making a decision.
Ah. So then the question I have is, did she fix the star rail, or did she was able to take out one of the Stellarons to allow it to start to move again? I mean, I probably should fix the star rail, but still. I mean, that's fair. That's absolutely fair. Yeah, these probabilities, like I said, it's still pretty good. Even 37% failure rate, less than 20% failure rate, both of them are still, you know, information that must be known before you, because if it, they probably sold it as it was 100% success rate, which it definitely wasn't.
Ultimately, it's up to you, Supreme Guardian, to make the final call.
I understand. Thank you, Miss Himiko. This information is of great help. Regardless of how alluring their promises may be, this contract is nothing more than a gamble.
The introduction of gambling before we saw adventuring, in technicality.
I cannot let the future of Belobog hinge on a roll of the dice.
Can I also point out that if you don't accept it, you're hinging it on the roll of the dice that everything will go back to normal as it stands right now? And we don't have the numbers to find out what the percentage chances of those are? I'm just... Again, I always play devil's advocate, even to my own points. So... Yeah. You're saying, I don't want to hinge this on the roll of the dice. You're going to be hinging it on the roll of the dice regardless. It's just, which dice would you rather be throwing? Or actually, basically, are you trying to hit the 1 in 6? Or are you trying to hit the 4 in 6 at this point, you know?
Now that you've decided, I don't have to pretend to be impartial anymore. I think you're making the right choice, Branya.
What if she hadn't decided quite yet? She was just like, yeah, I'm just not gonna roll the dice.
Astro friends, I have an idea.
I don't like that name.
But for it to work, I'll need everyone's cooperation. I need some time to rally all the residents in the city. And then, I'll meet with Topaz again. Please locate her for me. It doesn't matter where she is or what she's doing. And if the IPC is still trying to take over Belobog's assets, I ask that you do everything in your power to stop them.
Don't worry. Leave it to us. We'll find her. It won't be easy dealing with her, but these two will help me get the job done.
Belobog's future is not for sale. And we'll never forget the friends who stood by us in our time of need. Not once, but twice.
Technically, just pointing this out because obviously you do owe the IPC money in technicality. I assume that Himiko pitched this specifically because she also knew that there's probably a loophole in the contract that gets them out of it. But she was just like, you know what, I'm not going to sit there I'm not going to sit here and not try and influence this. Like, as much as she's not trying to, it's like, again, I don't have to pretend to be impartial. You weren't impartial when you started blabbering out statistics. I'm just saying.
Stay safe, everyone.
We can talk here, Japard. So it's me, Bronya, and Japard, I think. Maybe some other people. More details, the better. Marsh is part of this conversation too.
Japard should be waiting for us in Rivet Town, right? Here we go again. Back to our old...
Shut up, March.
It's still early. Where to now?
Chippy!
The Supreme Guardian has briefed me on the situation and asked that I assist you in locating Topaz. Ready to enter Rivet Town? We'll go in together when everyone is set.
Give me a moment. Okay. Yeah.
Keep your guards up.
We might.
Destination reached.
Hey, it's got a giant screen TV. I like it.
Wow, would you look at that? Huh. I never would have guessed it'd be here. But I don't see any mech or weapons. This place is completely surrounded by mountains. Surely they can't be.
This is a mining place. You don't think they hollowed out the mountains?
Affirmative. The weapons are concealed within the towering rock formations.
No wonder we couldn't find the automaton factory. It was right under our noses all along. Wait a minute. You said these weapons have been hidden here from the very beginning? That means the architects of Eurillo 6 never used them in their fight against the Legion.
Correct. After the IPC departed from this world more than 700 years ago, no one has possessed the necessary knowledge for activating these weapons. The architects used the IPC blueprints to construct replica automatons. However, the overwhelming majority of the combatants, commanded by Elisa Rand, were human.
I see. The stories about this world are truly captivating.
I would like to ask you a question, Topaz.
You're awful polite for a big robot. Ask. Don't be shy.
If the IPC does not intervene, this world is doomed. Are you convinced of this conclusion beyond any doubt?
Yes. I've gone through countless case studies, and they all point to the same conclusion. Any world that comes into contact with a Stellaron is doomed.
Who produced the case studies? That's all I gotta ask. Who produced the case studies? Because from what it sounds like, you're getting case studies from the IPC, and thus the IPC has a vested interest in taking control of these planets and saying, yeah, no, it was touched by Stellaron, it's instantly a dead planet. Yeah. Beyond the fact that, and granted, at the point that we're talking with Topaz here, we wouldn't have done the Penacony thing, but considering that the Dreamscape in Penacony is built around a Stellaron in the first place, that kind of points to the fact that, yeah, no, that's not the case.
On the surface, things may appear to be getting better since the Astral Express lent a helping hand. But sooner or later, the underlying problems will resurface.
Such as?
A looming crisis can often lie hidden beneath the illusion of prosperity, unnoticed by many.
Understood.
Understood. That's it? You don't have any thoughts on the matter?
He's a robot.
Emotional readings indicate that your response is sincere and accurate. That is all I wish to confirm regarding this matter.
Svarog. Okay, hold on. Stop. I realized where the flaw in his logic is. I finally realized where the flaw in his logic is here. Emotional readings indicate that your response is sincere. That's not a problem. And accurate. Accurate to her knowledge. If she does not know more, if she's not the expert in the field, which she is not, she's part of the IPC, and is not like part of whatever thing that did the case studies in the first place, you know? It is accurate to a point where, as far as she knows, she might actually been fed lies. She is sincere because she thinks it's true. Or she knows it to be true as far as she's aware. But the moment you posit the weakness of everything, the whole thing will come crumbling down. No one can claim to know everything. They can only claim to have at least read into a number of different things to hopefully give them a good sense of what's going on.
While my opinion on the future of this planet may differ from yours, it ultimately holds no weight. I am merely a tool, not a decision maker.
Accurate.
If only my colleagues had the same self-awareness as you.
I don't like colleagues, other people referring to themselves as tools. I'm okay with Svarog because he's very ones and zeros, black and white, you know? We've known this for a very long time. He rarely sees the gray. But that's just because that's the way he's been built. But you're talking about people to be used as tools? Not a decision maker.
Come on, Numby. We've got some assessing to do.
Topaz disappeared after leaving Rivet Town. In her absence, her subordinates flooded in and took over.
The IPC soldiers are well equipped. It wouldn't be wise to fight them head on. Captain, what do you have in mind?
You're right, Miss Himiko. We'll be using the automaton stealth bomb to cover our tracks.
Automaton stealth bomb?
That's actually a baller name if I had to go ahead and...
I'll explain later. Let's get moving.
Alright. Moving right along.
Look, down there! It's the IPC!
Keep noise to a minimum, everyone. We don't want to alert the enemy to our presence. It's time to deploy the automaton stealth bomb. Are you ready? Use the automaton Remember, try to avoid being noticed.
She pleaded the fifth, so we're not certain one way or the other. Okay.
Thinking outside the box.
Oh no!
It's all right. Are you ready?
I was hitting different buttons that wasn't.
Use the automaton stealth bomb to wipe out the IPC threats.
I did no such thing.
Remember,
I was busy collecting freaking thingamabobbers. That's a stealth bomb? That was loud as hell!
Wow! We wiped them all out in a single explosion! That's what you call efficiency!
All
It's a shame
out.
we had to resort to this method, but we had no choice.
You Silvermane guards sure are a righteous bunch.
Alright, here we go again.
I've seen standard issue robots like these before. It's an IPC field team leader.
Yeah, we kicked the ass of one of them too.
Correct. The exterior is similar to the Grizzly, but its weapons and armor are more advanced. Hopefully the automaton stealth bomb will still be effective. Let me know when you're ready. Are you ready?
Why are we bothering with this? Because we have
Remember,
nothing else to do in the meanwhile. I'd like them to be closer together. Alright.
Woohoo! The coast is clear!
To be honest, I didn't think it would be so powerful. Good thing everything went according to plan.
So, what would have happened if it didn't go according to plan, Japard?
This is the road that Topaz took when she left Rivet Town.
Let's find her and tell her about Branya's decision.
This time, the gloves are
But
on.
I did ask. Svarog! Your logic is flawed, my dude.
Mr. Svarog? Are you alright? I hope Topaz and her IPC henchmen didn't hurt you.
Greetings, outsiders. System functions are normal. I have had no conflict with the IPC's representatives.
Thank goodness for that, at least.
Such a result would be highly undesirable.
He knows I would kick his ass.
Topaz is ahead. She had the means to force me to comply with her orders, but chose not to. From her perspective, the only way to preserve Belobog is by incorporating it into the IPC. While I do not agree with her viewpoint, I lack the computational power to provide evidence to the contrary. While it is unlikely, I still encourage the avoidance of any potential conflicts.
Unlikely potential? Meaning there could still be conflicts.
Don't worry, March. The Express never
It's
pursues
not
conflict
me,
as a first
it's
means.
Serval.
But if it
Because
comes
she
down
does the
to it,
lightning bit,
We
okay?
won't back down either. That's how it's always been.
Himiko's right. As long as we can look at ourselves in the mirror and know we did the right thing, that's all that matters.
Will of preservation!
Didn't mean to do that again, but that's okay. My fingers are just off-center by slight, and it ruins everything.
Why would Topaz come here? Is she looking for something?
Could have asked frickin' Svarog
It's
while we were
possible.
there.
Many mysteries lurk beneath the surface of this world.
Alright, Ron May.
Sound lingers.
Alright. Hello.
Oh, hey there, slowpokes. I was starting to think you weren't gonna show up.
She was expecting us? What?
This lady next to Miss March looks oddly familiar.
Ah?
Pleasure to meet you, Miss Topaz. I'm Himiko, the Astral Express's navigator.
Oh, wow. I remember now. The illustrious Miss Himiko. Some of my colleagues dream about meeting you.
I wonder why. I'm curious as to which colleagues have these dreams to meet Himiko. And for what purpose? Questions for later.
Of course! The Nameless have quite the reputation. You're following in the footsteps of the great Akavili, after all.
I'm pleased to see how well everyone's been getting along. Topaz, based on your greeting, I presume you have a good grasp of the current situation?
Of course! The deadline has already passed, but Branya still hasn't signed
Oh,
the
there was an
contract.
actual deadline.
I think I can guess what's holding her back.
I would have. Okay, so when Branya said specifically about as soon as possible, she was summarizing probably a particular date that Topaz put on the board. Okay. All right. See, we're not operating with all the information, so I can't make proper decisions without it.
Please, don't misunderstand us, Miss Topaz. We have no intention of opposing the IPC or its board of directors. But we have very dear friends on Eurillo 6. Standing idly by and watching them sign an unfair contract goes against everything the Nameless are about.
Miss Himeko, sorry for interrupting, but this doesn't sound like a negotiation.
March. Let her cook. Why do you keep interrupting when I need them to just keep talking? Good lord.
We needn't waste our time, March. She made her decision 10 minutes ago.
Oh, we're doing this kind of anime bullshit. Okay. Alright.
There's no fooling the Astral Express.
That's very specific, by the way.
You're absolutely right. Differing views don't necessarily mean one person is right and the other is wrong. However, to keep things moving forward, there's usually only one solution.
All I know is that we definitely do not kill her because guess what? We see her in what is technically a later story, so yeah. I do like this one line by her because I agree with this, but not many people in this world do. Differing views does not differing views don't necessarily mean one person is right and the other is wrong. There's a lot of people who are like, no, because you think different from me, you're wrong because I know that I'm right. It's just like, no, that's not necessarily how that goes. Hello? Numbi?
Huh? What do you mean?
That's a lot of Snickers that we're gonna have to pass around all the different forms of government. Jesus Christ, if that's the
My
case.
superiors have granted me the approval I need.
And that's why she's been waiting around for 10 minutes. Okay. I need to defuse the situation for a second. Your vacation time was approved?
I wish.
God damn it. Snickers is available free at the next debate. You're not you and you're hungry. Oh god. But again, what's it called? I say what's it called whenever I'm trying to find the word that I'm looking for. It is something I was just thinking a little bit earlier. with the fact that Topaz might be running on false information in specific. God, I gotta knock on the walls. Jesus Christ, I have freaking wyverns in there? Phrasing! Phrasing! All of the phrasing. Stop it. I lied. Continue. Anyway, but she's working on flawed information. And it's one thing, just so long as you're thinking with your head. That's all I'm gonna ask you to do. Anyway, right, after speaking of the debate, right, I noticed that a lot of the news articles overall, everything, I could tell what the result basically was, because on one side they were basically very muted and the other side was like, oh, we totally kicked ass. So it was just like, okay, I know exactly how that played out. It's exactly how one would think. At least how it looks on TV anyway. Yeah, I have I actually, when I was bowling on Tuesday night, they were actually playing the debate up on the TV screens. Obviously without sound because we were just playing music, but they were up there. And even I was sitting there like, oh, this is not going well in general. Because I saw one person's face. I'm going to be very vague because I am as centrist as I need to be. I'm going to stay there. But yeah, one person was looking at the other person like they were crazy, and I gave some props to the other person for looking very stoic when they weren't speaking to make it look like nothing was bothering them. So that was good too. But I have to agree with the person looking at the other person like they were crazy based upon that other person's previous comments. I don't care if that sounded super confusing. I'm going to leave it like that. But point still stands that coming back to bring it all the way back to Star Rail, that operating from flawed information already puts you at an inconvenient spot. You might be thinking that you're right when you're not because your information's not wholly correct.
So many eager faces. I won't keep you in the dark any longer. Approval to launch an attack on the members of the Astral Express.
IPC approved that? Like, I understand that the Express doesn't want to attack the IPC. The IPC is relatively powerful. But even the IPC, do they really even want to try and mess with the Express? Yeah, and you want to know the best part about the way I said that, Chaos? With the exception of, I guess, describing the expressions of both the debaters for that, it was vague enough that either side could have taken it one way or the other, you know? The only thing that kind of made it more specific was specifically my descriptions of their countenances when they weren't actually speaking. And actually, I'm actually pretty, let me just put it out there. I am so centrist that during the last election here in the United States, I got people from both sides thinking that I was voting for their person. I didn't mention who I was voting for. I just agreed with what I agreed with when they were trying to sell their guy. And obviously disagreed with what I disagreed with, and they still thought I voted one way or the other. And it's just like, I can only vote for one person, so apparently I'm so centrist that I look like I could go either way. But anyway, I thought the Astral Express would have been a lot more of a threat to the IPC, that they would not even bother. And I wouldn't think, again, because this has been basically a sunk cost for over at least 400 years, if not the full 700, that, you know, why are we bothering? You know, I'm kind of confused.
The best kept secret to getting something over the line? Always be ready to turn the tables. Go, Numby. projects under my wing have no room for error.
Yet you still gamble.
Existence is unity. There's more to life.
Lance ablaze. Lance! Forward!
I can do this! Every petal and all will be swept away by the wind.
Pretty good crowd today.
Keep up!
I'm on guard.
Some value, I suppose.
Turn it up!
It's time.
Ready to lose yourself? You can fight it or rock with it.
There's more to life.
And he does reset.
I'm scared.
Stay put.
Get an attack boost here.
Ready to jam.
And I'll attack you.
Keep up!
Fiends or devils. I'll crush them all.
Lance ablaze.
No one's getting to attack after that.
Forward!
I'm gonna hold everyone back again.
This song's for you. Turn it up!
Every petal and all will be swept away by the wind.
Ready to lose yourself? You can fight it or rock with it.
We're doing this fight again, okay.
Keep up! Bad.
Lance ablaze. Lance! Forward!
And establishing home.
Turn it up!
Lance at the ready.
Ready to lose your... You can fight it or rock with it.
That's why I'm focusing fire on the main boss.
Some value, I suppose. I can do this! Every petal and all will be
hitting
swept
buttons
away
randomly.
by the wind.
Let's heal up here a bit. Oh no, she actually needs it. Let's do this.
Pretty good crowd today.
Fiends or devils. I'll crush them all.
Keep up! Bad.
Lance ablaze. Lance! Forward!
I'm scared!
Stay put.
Give me strength!
Ready to jam. Turn it up! Ready to lose your... You can fight it
Alrighty.
or rock with it.
Lance at the ready.
Existence is unity. I'm gonna hold everyone back again!
This song's for you. Keep
There's more to life.
I'm scared.
Stay put.
Turn it up! Ready to lose yours? You can fight it, or rock with it!
Lance ablaze!
Lance! Forward!
Some value, I suppose. Every petal all will be swept away by the wind.
Alrighty.
I'll crush them all!
Not bad. Keep up!
There's more to life. Eternal.
Stay put. Get them.
Alrighty. Yeah, we want to do this.
Time for the main event.
Turn it up! Ready to lose yourself? You can fight it,
Push through
or
this.
rock with it!
Lance ablaze!
Lance! Forward!
I'm gonna hold everyone back against
When it's just a freaking magic pixel left. Feels bad, man.
This song's for you. Keep up!
Alright, we got that all knocked out.
Incredible. No wonder the Astral Express is so highly regarded. Finished warming up? Now it's my turn.
Stop! All of you, put down your weapons.
Branya! You're here just in time. Things were about to get out of control.
About? Flippin' March! Shut up.
Supreme Guardian. I was starting to wonder whether you'd left the Express crew to fend for themselves. That would hardly be becoming of you.
Uh-huh.
I would never do such a thing. There was an important matter that required my attention.
Which was making out with your girlfriend?
More important than this?
Yes. I think you'll understand the significance once you see it. In short, I need you to help us evaluate our current progress.
Help
Huh?
you? That's interesting. I was under the impression you'd already decided to obstruct our operations here.
I have read your letter word for word, Miss Topaz. And your childhood experiences truly touched me.
Uh-huh.
Your hometown once experienced a similar catastrophe to Yarillo 6.
Home planet, not
So I
hometown,
can
but okay.
understand your perspective on the issue and the position you have taken.
I'm sensing a
It's
however.
because of this empathy you have that I still hold out a glimmer of hope. Despite all that's happened, I hope we can still find common ground through peaceful means.
I have to admit, talking to you is always such a pleasure. I apologize for my behavior just now. It was, inappropriate. I admire your determination, seeing as we've come, this far. I've changed my mind.
That was a waste
I'll
of
hold
money
off
you
a
just
little
had right
longer
there.
and see what you have to show me. But remember, winning over the higher-ups won't be easy.
I understand. That's why I've been taking things one step at a time. The first step was changing your mind. Members of the Express, we'll need your help too.
Why is it always that people need our help? Like there's nothing that ever changes about that. We'll need your help too. To do what? At this point, there's not much else we can do.
What a dismal sight. This district. Have you been here before?
Oh, we're doing this.
Yes. This is where we put an end to it all.
And then began again.
That's right.
They love me, but they won't give me a room to stay anywhere. I keep getting kicked out of everywhere I go.
The path ahead is clear, Madam Guardian. You and your companions can proceed north without hindrance.
Excellent. The mountain road ahead is a little treacherous. Watch your step. Let's go.
Let's go.
What is this place? We've never been here before, right?
Oh.
We've only recently discovered this domain.
I was actually gonna say, yeah,
Let's keep moving forward. What I want to show you is just ahead.
Huh. Because they love me, they don't give me a room. Yeah, uh-huh. That's Whoa! It's so big. That was the thing we fought, wasn't it? What's Nat doing up here?
Belobog have not given up. I just want to give them a chance. Do you two recognize that broken down machine over there?
Yeah, okay, I was right. Engine of creation.
I thought you might.
I mean, I beat the shit out of it. You'd think I would try and remember
Topaz, I know you've done a lot of research into Belobog. I was wondering if there was any information on the engine of creation in your records?
it. Probably not.
Not at all. Which is why I find it so incredible. Such a massive feat of engineering, yet there's not a single mention of it in any of the Strategic Investment Department's reports.
I wonder why.
I may know the reason why. The engine of creation was constructed solely by the people of Belobog, without any external assistance. The project was led by the first Supreme Guardian, Alyssa Rand. While warriors fought on the front lines, the engineers worked tirelessly behind the scenes, designing and constructing it.
So what you're saying is, the engine of creation was a weapon constructed by the Belabogians themselves?
Yes, but not entirely.
Hmm?
The engine of creation was commissioned for combat shortly after its completion, and played a significant role in the battles against the Legion.
Okay.
But Alyssa Rand had a long-term vision, one that nobody anticipated. For a long time, this feat of engineering was codenamed the Geological Reconstruction Unit.
All right.
It was actually given a much grander purpose: to help the Belabogians rebuild their homeland and restore their world to its former glory, after driving away all those who threatened it.
Remarkable. A vision that would transcend both time and generations of Belabogians. Madame Rand was truly an inspiring leader.
That one,
Not
yes.
to take away from the Supreme Guardian in front of me. She's quite the inspiring leader.
Yeah, but it's like comparing, more recent presidents to freaking George Washington,
I didn't really do anything.
Or Abraham Lincoln, for that matter.
All I did was bring the people of Belobog together and make them aware that our hard-earned freedom was under immense threat once again. If we want to preserve this freedom, we must act and show those who doubt us that we, Belobog, have the will and the ability to control our own destiny. The outcome
But
of
you
our
still owe money.
mobilization speaks for itself.
I'm just gonna put that out there. You still owe money, though.
The children of Belobog have made their decision. They have chosen to preserve this homeland with their own two hands.
I must say, I didn't anticipate this at all. I'll fight for this opportunity for you, Branya. I shouldn't have conflated your own circumstances with my childhood. That was a serious lapse of judgment on my part. My world never had a resolute leader, so people gave up on the idea of saving themselves long ago. But your civilization has persisted through the snow and storms for 700 years. A truly admirable feat.
Then, are you willing to retract your previous decision? As for the debt, we'll find a way to gradually repay it.
Okay, good. Now we're set. We're all good. Because the major issue is the debt.
The acquisition of Eurillo 6 is a strategic decision that's been approved by the IPC's top brass. Even if I wanted to overturn it, convincing them would be extremely difficult. Unless...
Don't worry, Miss Topaz. Myself and all of the Nameless aboard the Astral Express are willing to vouch for this world.
I'm not sure that's actually gonna do anything, though. I only say that in specific because because the IPC approved the fact that Topaz was gonna try and take us down. That was the whole point of that. You think they give a shit about what we think about them?
Fantastic. That might just work. As for the reports and potential accountability...
Uh-huh.
I'll handle it.
But she included the rest of the Nameless, which I think is a little weak in that case. But, you know, if Himeko's that powerful, then, you know. Ooh. I knew that. I was looking around, I was like, there's gotta be other treasure chests. Hold on. Why are children over here in a construction zone? Oh my god, people! And no one's wearing a hard hat. People are gonna die here, I swear to god. Oh, sweet. Actually, somebody wearing a hard hat. But right along an edge where that would actually be kind of useless if someone decided just to kind of like, oops, nudge. Wasn't me. I stood away from her. You can't.
Things are restless in the mines these days.
Oh, this is Antonio. That's right. Sweet. Oop. I see another shiny. Hold on. You're not playing the song I want you to play, woman. I got excited when I saw her, and I was just like, oh, sweet. I'm gonna be able to hear the guitar rendition of the thing, but no. Hold on. I want to see if there's anything more. I make no such plans. You are putting words in my mouth. They are mere intrusive thoughts that I end up ignoring. Alright, Bronya,
Miss Topaz,
talk to me.
You mentioned accountability.
Don't worry, it's nothing I can't handle.
Great responsibility comes great
There are more
accountability.
important things than titles and ranks. Finding the best solution is what matters most.
Okay, I'm gonna ask this one. I know this got answered, I think, by Panda the other day, if not by Chaos. Somebody told me that no, they just kind of get reshuffled, but I want the game to tell me it now.
That's unlikely. At most, they might just lower my rank and reduce my bonus a bit. But don't worry, I work for far more than just a paycheck.
Thank you so much for all you've done. I never thought we'd drag the Express into a crisis again, much less one that might cause a rift between you and the IPC.
It seems to be a common thing
I wouldn't go that
now.
far. Also, it's me who's mostly to blame. I didn't keep my subordinates in check.
Is it true that the IPC forces you to go through 17 rounds of interviews?
17? Oh, I think I might know who you're talking about. You could say he's a special case. For most people, the interview process is much shorter.
Special case in what way? Special case in that he had to re-interview a bunch of times? Or special case as in they needed more clarification? I have questions.
I'm glad we're able to discuss some lighter topics.
I figured you needed that.
Well, you all need some rest after everything you've been through. I have arranged rooms for you all at the Goethe Hotel.
A room! Oh, it's at a hotel. It's only temporary. Damn
You
it.
need somewhere comfortable to stay.
I appreciate the offer, but I need to head back and deliver my reports. It's been great getting to know you both. I hope we can work together again in the future. Only next time under better circumstances.
The fleeting feeling of having my own room. It's only a
It's
hotel.
still early. Where to now?
I've been wondering, how did you figure out what was happening here on Belobog, Himeko?
Well, you know, keeping an eye on the crew.
That laugh was
is just
adorable,
another
by the
part
way.
of a navigator's job.
That laugh was absolutely precious. I love it. Whose suitcases are these? They're not mine. I have a hat that's almost like that now.
March was looking forward to the Soulworm Festival for ages. Looks like she's missed her chance this time. I never thought
It's
this
only
trip would be
temporary. It's a freaking hotel room. It's not mine.
Time for bed.
It's not my room. It's a temporary room.
In light of the events that have transpired, we will be taking the following disciplinary measures against you. Your rank will
Jordan,
be
is that
demoted
you?
from P45 to P44 with corresponding adjustment to your basic salary. All bonuses for the current cycle will be revoked, including stock options and performance bonuses.
Not my stock options!
You will need to submit an additional report regarding this incident to Diamond. If you have any objections to this penalty, you may also file an appeal in writing.
I have no objections.
Understood. Is there anything else anyone would like to add? If there are no further remarks, this meeting is concluded.
I love how she has her finger up to the ear that had no earpiece.
Oh, you only got demoted one rank?
Phew! You dodged a bullet there. Pretty big project to mess up on. Someone must be looking out for you. Oh, they've already left the call. Ugh, this voice changer is driving me crazy.
Let me turn it off.
I thought so.
Aventurine, why are you still on the line?
Hey, what's with the hostility? It's not like I'm your boss. Oh, wait. I guess I am now. My apologies. I'm still getting used to my new place in the hierarchy.
Can I help you?
He has a different read on the character now.
Say it already.
Oh, nothing important. Just checking in on you. I told you Eurillo 6 would be a high-risk, low-reward case. Why do you even bother? In our line of work, having a kind heart can be more of a liability than an asset. If you're not careful, you'll end up leading yourself down a dead-end road.
Anything else? If not, I'm hanging up.
Wait, hold on a minute. Don't hang up, I get it. You're not in the mood for this conversation right now. Okay. How about this? Something that might interest you. While you were enjoying your playtime on Eurillo 6, Diamond was busy taking care of the head honcho of the Building Material Logistics Department.
Okay.
That's why he didn't attend today's meeting.
A Terravan?
That's right. The renowned Terravan. One of the 7 board members.
We did?
He's throwing his support behind us instead of the Marketing Development Department for once. Oswaldo won't be laughing anymore. Diamond's been a great help to both of us. Your antics on such a crucial day can't exactly have painted the Strategic Investment Department in a good light, you know?
Okay, your point being?
Since you get the point, let's get down to business. I'm currently at Pierpoint. There's a major deal that could affect the whole department. I just so happen to need a reliable project manager for the job. What do you say, old friend?
Huh.
He calls everybody old friend.
What
God damn
prompted
it.
the mighty Aventurine to start collaborating with others?
Penacony. What else?
What?
That's right. Now that's the kind of reaction I was hoping for.
Hold on a minute. Diamond picked you for this project? I was expecting someone like Opal or Obsidian to handle it. At least someone higher than rank P46.
Honestly, who knows? The family has some pretty questionable characters. If you ask me, doing business with them is a lost cause.
Yet he still makes an attempt.
But as we both know, the IPC does more than just business deals. Guess it's my time to shine. So, how about it? This is a rare opportunity. Consider it. You never know, you might even be able to make up for your blunder on Eurillo 6.
I'll get back to you later. Seems like it's just one wild ride after another.
I will point out that the Venturi's voice actor had a different read on him then than he did, obviously, once we got to Penacony proper. It seems like he kept the voice a little smoother. Like, it's the same place, obviously, but it's a little smoother, where it's just a where later in Penacony he tends to drag it out to kind of have a little bit of a rasp on it.
I hope I made the right decision this time.
See, that looks freaking white. Okay.
This snow is mesmerizing.
Also, that was absolutely adorable. I want one. I put it in my room. If I had one! Alright. We've already clicked buy it, it's gone. Alright, what's next? Just so I can prep for because it's already late, for Monday. Oh, actually, there's gonna be a stream about Zenless. I don't want actually stream over the weekend because I have a lot of stuff to do. But as we discovered in the 1.1 stream, I kind of lost out on some codes. Maybe something in Discord. I don't know. I'll have to think about it. I'll give my thoughts on it on Monday type thing. Whatever. We'll figure it out. But what is the next bit? Mission-wise. Okay, Homecoming War Dance. But that... This technically happens after what the main story throws you over once you finish the main story. Am I correct in saying that? Look at all these companion missions I have to do too, but I can do those offline. That's not a big deal. Especially these adventure missions. Alright. So then my next shot would be then to navigate here. We just said bye to Topaz, and now we're gonna be Topaz.
Time for a break. Silent mode activated.
Because I don't have Topaz seeing this. What's up, Numby? Alright. So yeah, we'll stop it here for now, and we will continue. Let me just switch back to the Trailblazer in the meanwhile. But yeah, on Monday we'll continue with the MSQ. I guess I don't have a choice. If I'm not... I was hoping that that would let me continue navigating, but nope. If I am not Topaz, it will not let me navigate the main story quest. Sag. I will at least go over to Penacony just because I should probably pick up some things over there for funsies. Side quests and whatnot. Wait. No, Panda told me to pick up that stuff already, so I did pick it up. Okay. Alright. Oh, that's what we'll end it for tonight. Man, I'm just glad that tonight's start was a lot smoother than last night. Ugh, that was a mess and a half. I'm definitely going to bed right now because I am tired. Alrighty. In any case, thank you guys for hanging out with me. We will continue our Honkai trip come Monday. And keep an ear out in the Discord to see if we're going to be doing anything over the weekend, specifically over the ZZZ stream and stuff like that for 1.2. Anyway, thank you for having thank you for hanging out with me. Hopefully you guys have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, wherever it is that you are. And I will see you guys on Monday for that. Have fun and be good to each other.